Good evening. I hope you're well. Um, First of all, I'd like to apologise for my head. I've taken my wig off. No, I haven't. I haven't taken. I don't wear a wig, honestly. Oh my God, what have I said? No, I just cut all my hair off. I do it occasionally, or rather, my daughter does it. Shaves it all off. I just get fed up pretending I'm not balding on the top, so I just shave the whole damn lot off. Um, Usually about this time of year as well, when it starts getting colder. Luckily, it's quite mild at the moment, but I'll soon have to start wearing my woolly bonnet again. Uh, Going back in time again, today's story. Many, many, many years ago, I was about 11. Um, I was selling newspapers outside Admiralty Arch from a little newspaper stand, and opposite Trafalgar Square, and there was Lord Nelson looking down on me from his big column. Um, yeah, I loved doing that. Um, how it came about was that my brother Victor, who I hadn't seen for many years, he um, he turned up one day. He's a lot older than me. I think he'd been away at sea. Um, yeah, where was I? Yeah, so he got this concession with his friend, who whose nickname was Good Old Tom. Good old Tom. Um, who later became something called something else, but that'll come later in the story. So, yeah, I had to. I was there with good old Tom for a while before he left me on my own, and he was trying to teach me to shout out. We sold the Evening Standard and the London Evening News, I think it was, and I had to shout out news and standard, news and standard, news and standard, news and standard. Yeah, I had quite a high voice in those days. Um, I didn't like doing that at first, but I soon got used to it. Uh, yeah, so they had this concession, which was marvelous, and they also had a concession to have a trolley and sell newspapers and sweets and tobacco in Charing Cross Hospital. Would you believe? Down the road, had a little trolley, and I used to go and do that for them. It was a lovely time. People in hospital are always nice to, always happy to see a young lad, I think, and just makes a bit of a change in their day, especially if you're selling sweets and nice stuff. Anyway, that's getting a bit further along. So I used to stand outside the old Admiralty Arch, and one of the things I remember having to shout out was, "Read all about it. Jury out in Lady Chatterley's lover trial. Read all about it." Because it was that time. I don't, some of you may remember. Can't remember the exact year. I was 11, so it would have been, excuse my, it would have been 1958, thereabouts. I'm not sure. I can't. I'm sure I was 11 or 12 years old. It's so difficult. So many things have happened. But anyway, that was one thing I remember. Oh, I used to love that job. I actually, when I look back, I think I could spend all my days selling newspapers and just saying hello to people. I used to love seeing all these posh blokes come out of the Admiralty in their bowler hats, um, and Vic and old Tom saying, "Oh, he's a spy, that man. He's a spy. She's a spy. That woman. Things like that. Because Whitehall and all that, that's where they all hail from. And I expect James Bond passed me a few times. They were very generous to a young boy. They very often would give me sixpence for a threepenny newspaper and say, "Keep the change, old fellow." Or some of them would even give me a shilling, a bit rarer, and say, "Keep the change." I don't know why, but I can remember one guy, one very posh man, bent down in front of me and picked up a 2 bob coin, said, "Here you are, old young fellow. I think you deserve this." And he gave me 2 bob. When I think back on it now, I'd probably drop that 2 bob anyway. Probably came out of my money bag, but it was nice. Just a little memory that's nice. They they also Vic and good old Tom. They also had a little shop in Camberwell. I used to help out there as much as I could. I loved books, and that is where I made history. I don't want to boast, but according to Victor, my brother Victor, that shop was where I became the youngest person in Britain to sell a copy of the now legal Lady Chatterley's Lover. Yeah, I was only 11. Um, it was funny. People used to come in and the old stories about dirty old men in raincoats and things like that. It's absolutely true. A lot of them came in furtively into the shop in their raincoats, and I had to put the book into a brown paper bag before they could leave the shop. Funny, aren't they? Funny lot us men, aren't we? Eh? Yeah. But yeah, so Lady Chatterley's Lover, it was a book. It certainly opened my eyes about a lot of things. Apparently, it was a gamekeeper's manual. Um, but yeah, it taught me a lot about. Well, I don't know if it actually taught me. It suggested what might happen as I became older. Yeah. Anyway, that all came to a sudden halt. All those good times when good old Tom ran off with all the money. Vic didn't call him good old Tom after that. He called him, no, I won't say, but it wasn't good old Tom. And it wasn't just Tom. And it wasn't old Tom. Yeah. So, yeah, they came to an